Welcome to the Conference Carolinas Gridiron Show. I'm your host, Hannah Russo. Join me each Wednesday as we get to talk about the first football season in Conference Carolinas history since 1974. Each week, we'll hit you with new updates and previews of the games that are coming up. For the first time in 51 years, Conference Carolinas is sponsoring football again, and here are your 7 inaugural programs. Each of these programs got to sit down at Media Days just a couple of weeks ago in Greenville, South Carolina, and talk about their excitement for this season and what it means to each university to be able to sponsor football once again in Conference Carolinas. If you haven't had a chance to listen to those Media Day interviews with all 7 programs, they will be linked below. So go ahead and check those out for more information and more of an inside perspective from the coaches and 2 of their players. Moving into the 2025 season though, we are going to take every week to spend time with you on the gridiron, breaking down what is going on in each program. We're going to get to talk to a coach or a player every week. And then we're also going to be able to dive into some exciting matchups for the upcoming year. Week 1 kicks off this week, and here's just some exciting new faces and some returning faces you can look forward to seeing on your screen. Starting with Barton, we have 3 returners: Joshua Hightower, a sophomore defensive lineman, Keno Jones, a junior linebacker, and Jackson Parrish, a sophomore running back. This season, your Barton Bulldogs are going to open against Virginia State, meeting for the first time in program history, and leading that offense is going to be returning running back Jackson Parrish. Last season, Parrish made an immediate impact, rushing for 536 yards with 9 touchdowns as a true freshman. He's setting the stage for an even bigger impact this season. And on the other side of the ball, you have leading your defense, returning defensive lineman Joshua Hightower, who finished last season posting a season-high 7 tackles against UVA-Wise in the season finale. Hightower is looking to carry that momentum he started building last season into this weekend. Moving over to Chowan, we have 3 veteran faces as well in Malik Frazier, a senior wide receiver, Cameron Richardson, a junior linebacker, and Maurice Smith Jr., your senior quarterback. All 3 are going to open up the season against Elizabeth City State. Elizabeth City State leads the all-time series 10-5, taking the last victory last season on September 7th. Your Hawks are led by veteran presence Maurice Smith Jr., who last season led the team in passing yards with 397. He's coming back this season, hoping to make a big impact in his senior year and in the first season of Conference Carolinas football. Your Hawks have a playmaking unit on defense as well, a unit that generated 11 interceptions a season ago. They can change the game with momentum-shifting turnovers, so keep your eye out for exciting football from the blue and white this season. And jumping over to Erskine, we have 3 players to watch for you so you can prepare for their opening game on September 6th, starting with sophomore wide receiver Josiah Burson. Burson is looking to make a big impact this season as he only scratched the surface in that 2024 campaign with 32 rushing yards and 71 receiving yards. Also joining him in that wide receiver room, you have redshirt sophomore Rodshawn Dorsey. Dorsey returns as a rising playmaker after last season hauling in 408 receiving yards with 5 touchdowns. He has been that proven big play threat on the perimeter for this Erskine offense. And jumping over to that defensive line for you, we have redshirt senior Garrick Schwartz, who brings that veteran presence as he's going into that senior year. He adds depth and experience to that defensive front, coming off of a season where he posted 21 total tackles. You can look for him in 2025 to elevate his impact. From the Division III ranks in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, we have Ferrum. This brotherhood is led by 3 2024 all Old Dominion Athletic Conference players, and they are ready to make their impact in Division II Conference Carolinas. Taking a look at those 3 players to watch, we are going to take a look at Ian Ashworth, a senior defensive back who a season ago picked up 35 solo tackles. He is going to be your reliable force and consistent playmaker in the open field. Switching to the offensive side of the ball, we have junior running back Jalen Lee. Last season, Lee had an all-around impact. He finished the season just shy of 1,000 rushing yards, nearly 200 receiving yards, and 12 touchdowns. He has proven that he can carry the load, stretch the field, and finish drives. And on special teams, we have sophomore punter William Hutton, who enters 2025 with proven consistency and the ability to flip the field. Just a season ago, Hutton was averaging 42 yards per punt, and he is one of those guys that's going to bring power on special teams and discipline in pinning opponents deep. UNC Pembroke starts the season tied first with North Greenville in Conference Carolinas' first preseason conference polls. UNCP is going to be led by 3 veteran presence this season in junior defensive lineman Jahari Clements, redshirt junior offensive lineman Hunter Turner, and senior linebacker Evan Van Meter. And anchoring that linebacker room, you have 7th-year senior Evan Van Meter. Van Meter doesn't just bring a veteran presence, but he brings a specific grittiness to this room to not only push his teammates, but pushes his competitors. And as we head down to Georgia to take a look at Shorter University, we are going to see a heavy veteran-led team with 29 seniors and 27 juniors. 2 of those seniors are going to be your players to watch, with linebacker Kobe Butts and defensive end Jasim Henry. They do have an outstanding sophomore offensive lineman in Ja'Cory Wright that you're going to want to keep an eye out for this season. Your Hawks, however, are returning a strong defense that held opponents to 36.36% conversion on 4th down last season. Expect to see heavy pressure on opposing quarterbacks to create more opportunity for their offense to come in and score. And tied for first in the conference polls, we have North Greenville, who is being led by first-year head coach and 7-year NFL veteran Nate Garner. Garner, who's not looking at the success of last season, but focusing on the success that this 2025 team can have here in Conference Carolinas, and he's doing that with the help of 3 returning players, with senior quarterback Dylan Ramirez, who is returning as the leader of the offense after recording 2,424 yards in the air last season and adding 216 yards on the ground. He is bringing both his experience and a dual threat ability under center. And on the defensive side of the ball, you are returning Dakota Willard, a defensive lineman who was a key presence after recording 43 total tackles during that 2024 season, which not only showcased his ability, but the ability of his defensive line to be able to stop plays and anchor the front. Coach Garner is also going to have impact on both sides of the ball with defensive back and return specialist Jarek Foster. Foster last season tallied a total of 430 kick return yards with 29 total tackles on defense, which just proves his ability to be an all-around playmaker. I hope you all are as excited as we are for Conference Carolinas returning football for the first time in 51 years. Check back in with us next week on all socials and your Conference Carolinas digital network to be able to analyze the first 5 games of this historic season.